Hi friends, welcome back to Inked Ivy's Writing Fundamentals program for middle schoolers. My name is Kayla. I'm going to be your instructor as always, and we're going to continue with our reflective writing module. This is our second in our reflective writing series, so you should make sure that you've seen the first video, reflective module number 1, because that's going to explain to you the basics of writing a reflective essay before we get into kind of the more specifics of today. You're going to want to make sure that you're signed into Inked Ivy, choosing the reflective writing type, and then we're in the pride and accomplishment prompt. So you can take a second while things are loading, look through other prompt options, reread your work, and then we're going to keep going and dive right into our first writing loop. The purpose of this short writing loop is just to get our creative juices flowing, reread our work, get back into the headspace of thinking about our essay, the story that we're trying to tell, before we actually really work on some of those skills practice things. So again, you're in the pride and accomplishment reflective writing task, and you can start rereading your work. But with this prompt, our goal is here on the screen. We're describing a moment when we felt proud of an accomplishment, big or small, and thinking about what this achievement taught us about our strengths and our abilities. So you can set a timer for 4 minutes and pause this video. This time is just for you to start thinking about what you are proud of, rereading what you wrote, and adding to your text. I'll see you soon. 4 minutes. Get ready, get set, go. Welcome back. I hope you're proud of the writing that you just did. We're going to talk again and just refresh on what a reflective essay is. It's very similar from our narrative writing skills, so it might feel a little familiar for us, but reflective essays are essays or texts that tell a story from our own experiences in our own lives that we're using to teach other people a particular lesson. Like when we wrote our narrative essays, we were trying to incorporate a theme for our reader to learn. We're trying to do the same thing, but with our own experience. Last week, we talked about picking the right moment and making sure whether or not the achievement was big or small, that the impact on us as a person was significant and relevant. Since we already have our experience that we're focusing on, now we need to add in this middle piece, which is detail. This is really important to help our reader engage with us as they're reading through our story, being able to empathize and put themselves in our shoes before we get to the actual reflective piece where we're sharing that key takeaway or that lesson or the way that it impacted us and that we grew. Again, this is similar to our narrative writing skills. We're trying to bring the story to life for our reader. We want them to feel like they're in the moment with us. And we can do this in a couple of different ways, just like we did with our narrative writing. Maybe we're describing the setting, where we are specifically. How does it feel to be there? Maybe we're using sensory details and imagery to bring that scene to life and help our reader imagine it. We could describe who is there with us, what specifically we're doing, what order of events or things happen in this experience. This could be a really personal moment for you, and it's important to keep that in mind, that this is really big and important and personal for you, but you have to make your reader feel that same impact for it to really hit home and teach them something. Our job here is to make this story, this text, this narrative engaging to our reader by bringing it to life for them. This is just like our narrative writing, and we're building those skills that are going to help us in middle school, that are going to help us in high school, but also carry us forward into the college application process. When we go to write our college application essays or our college admissions essays, reflective writing is actually the most common type of writing that we'll do. So it's important that we start exercising these skills now, kind of building that muscle memory. So by the time we need to go write those admissions essays, we're pros. But we can think about our proud moments, maybe share them with the people around us. And these are a couple of different things that we can think about to really add that detail and bring the story piece of our reflective essay to life for our reader. So maybe thinking about the setting. Do you remember the room you were in? What did it look like? Do you remember what it felt like? Maybe it was a particular time of year. What is the range of emotions that you were feeling throughout this? In the beginning, you felt one way, but by the end of the experience, you felt a different one. You can explain that so your reader can feel or think of something in their own lives where they felt a similar emotion and connect. Who were you with? Maybe you were with your best friends or family members, or maybe your most beloved teacher that you've had. What were they like? Bring them to life for your reader so they can find something in their own lives to connect with you. Also, maybe think about what were the exact or specific thoughts that were running through your head during this event. Really bring it to life, help your reader put themselves in your shoes and your perspective. We're going to start our 10-minute writing loop, but before we do that, we're going to go over some vocab that you can use in this writing loop. Again, we're adding on some really deeply personal details and helping to create a realistic and lifelike narrative or story for our reader. So set up your timer for 10 minutes. Before we jump on in, remembering that this is going to be another rough draft, we're still adding and working on this story. Ink2Ivy is going to auto save our work, and then we'll do an AI analysis at the end. But going back to that vocab that we can use to really elevate the text and the writing of our essay, maybe we're talking about feeling fulfilled, gratified, or elated, feeling like we've accomplished or completed something, feeling satisfied, and feeling really excited. Maybe we're talking about the various milestones that we're going through to achieve this thing. Maybe we're describing our own resilience or ability to keep going and persevere and overcome challenges and challenges and challenges to keep going. Or maybe those challenges are what we call setbacks. There's like temporary defeats or delays in our progress that we want to talk about. And the insight piece will probably come in our next module, where we really talk about looking at a situation for what it is, understanding what it is, and kind of the impact, having insight into the significance of an event. But go ahead, hit go on that timer. You have 10 minutes to write, and I will see you right after. Welcome back. You have finished your third lesson or your second lesson of writing your reflective essay, adding those details and bringing it to life for your reader. You should feel super proud, and you're going to want to hit that AI analysis button to see if your clarity and detail rating has changed. Again, every week when we come together, we're looking for progress over perfection. We're looking to see that somewhere our writing categories are changing, either from red to yellow to green. Wherever we are is totally fine. Every time that we revisit this essay and keep adding to it, we are improving, and that's always our goal, is to make progress over perfection. But let's see if we've had any sort of change in our clarity and detail. If not, we can always go back and answer some more of those questions to help bring the scene to life for your reader. But you should feel super proud. You just built the next phase of your reflective essay, and next week we're going to do the most important piece, which is really reflecting on this experience and describing that impact or that significance. We've chosen the right moment, we've brought it to life to our reader, and now we need to actually do our task and reflect on this experience. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you had fun writing alongside me today. You're doing wonderful work, and you should be super proud of all of your growth. I will see you guys in our next lesson next week. Have a wonderful day wherever you are, and happy reading. Bye-bye.